Shadow of the Colossus is a game about a young man who travels to a forbidden land to revive a girl he loves, Mono. He is tasked with defeating 16 enormous creatures called Colossi, each with its own unique abilities and weaknesses. The gameplay focuses solely on these battles, requiring players to climb and attack weak spots on the Colossi to defeat them. This game is considered thought-provoking due to its minimalistic storytelling approach, leaving much of the story up to interpretation. The game raises questions about the nature of heroism, sacrifice, and morality, as players are forced to question whether the protagonist's actions are justified in his quest to save melancholic atmosphere, leaving players with a sense of bittersweet melancholy long after the game's end. Overall, Shadow of the Colossus is a unique and unforgettable gaming experience. Okami is a video game where you play as a wolf named Amaterasu who is on a mission to save the world from darkness and evil. The game has a unique art style inspired by Japanese ink painting and a story based on Japanese mythology. Okami is considered one of the most thought-provoking games on PS2 because it makes the player think about important topics like the power of nature, throughout the game, balance, players are encouraged to use Amaterasu's power to restore the natural beauty of the world by bringing life back to plants and animals. Moreover, the game also focuses on the concept of balance, making the player think about how everything in the world is connected and how actions have consequences. If the player chooses to cut down too many trees, they will disrupt the balance of the world and cause negative consequences. Okami is an engaging and thought-provoking game that not only entertains but also challenges players to think about important topics. Its unique art style and deep storyline make it a memorable experience that has earned it a place among the most thought-provoking games on PS2. Ico is a video game that was released on the PlayStation 2. It is a puzzle-adventure game that follows the story of a young boy named Ico, who is imprisoned in a mysterious castle. In the castle, Ico meets a girl named Yorda, who is also imprisoned there. Together, they must work to escape the castle and because it is not just a simple action game. It challenges players to think creatively and solve puzzles in order to progress through the game. The relationship between Ico and Yorda is also a key aspect of the game, as players must work together to overcome obstacles and protect each other from danger. The game's unique art style and atmospheric music also contribute to its thought-provoking nature, creating a haunting and immersive world that players will remember long after they've finished the game, and is a must-play for any fan of video games. Silent Hill 2 is a psychological horror video game originally released on the PlayStation 2 in 2001. The game's story follows James Sunderland, who receives a letter from his dead wife, Mary, asking him to meet her in the town of Silent Hill. James arrives in Silent Hill to find it covered in a thick fog and populated by strange, twisted creatures.
There's something wrong with it.
The game's narrative is focused on exploring James's psyche and his relationship with Mary. As James progresses through the game, he uncovers more about his past and the dark secrets of Silent Hill. The game's themes of guilt, grief, and desire make it a thought-provoking experience. Silent Hill 2 is considered one of the 9 most thought-provoking games on the PS2 the game's multiple endings, intricate which depend on the player's choices and actions, and psychological replay value, and encourage players to deeply consider their decisions and the consequences of their actions. Metal Gear Solid 2: Sons of Liberty is a video game released for PlayStation 2. The game follows protagonist Solid Snake as he attempts to infiltrate a tanker to uncover information about a new Metal Gear weapon. However, the mission goes awry when the tanker is attacked and Snake is presumed dead. The game then shifts focus to newcomer Raiden, who is tasked with infiltrating a plant to stop a terrorist group from launching a nuclear strike.
You tripped the sensors.
The game is considered thought-provoking due to its exploration of themes such as free will, censorship, and the nature of reality. The game's antagonist, Solidus Snake, seeks to use censorship and control over information to shape the world in his image. The player, as Raiden, must navigate this world and decide whether to comply with Solidus' wishes or rebel against them. The game also incorporates elements of postmodernism, as it blurs the lines between reality and fiction through its use of multiple narrators and unreliable characters. Metal Gear Solid 2: Sons of Liberty is a complex and thought-provoking game that challenges players to question their assumptions about how the world works. Beyond Good and Evil is a video game that was released on the PlayStation 2. The game follows the adventures of Jade, a young photojournalist who lives on the planet of Helios. Jade and her friends are fighting against an alien invasion, and they discover that the government is hiding the truth from the people. The game is thought-provoking because it deals with themes such as government corruption and propaganda. It also explores Jade's personal journey as she learns about the world around her and uncovers the truth about her past. The game is known for its unique gameplay mechanics, such as photography and stealth, and its immersive story. It has been praised for its compelling characters and thought-provoking themes, making it one of the most influential games of its time. Psychonauts is a 3D platformer game where you play as Raz, a young boy who wants to become a psychonaut explore the minds of various characters and solve puzzles to uncover their problems and help them overcome their fears. Psychonauts is one of the most thought-provoking games on PS2 because it explores complex themes like mental illness and trauma in a fun and imaginative way. It uses the characters' minds as metaphors for their inner struggles, creating a unique and engaging gameplay experience. The game also tackles deeper issues like the power of imagination and how it can be used to overcome obstacles in life. Overall, Psychonauts is an entertaining and thought-provoking game that challenges players to think about the power of the mind and how it affects our lives. Katamari Damacy is a game where you control a tiny character who rolls a ball around different environments, collecting objects as the ball grows bigger and bigger. The goal is to reach a certain size within a time limit, while avoiding obstacles and enemies. Katamari Damacy is considered one of the 9 thought-provoking games on PS2 because it is a unique and creative experience that challenges players to think outside the box. The game's quirky visuals and upbeat soundtrack make for a fun and engaging atmosphere, while the gameplay itself requires strategic thinking and problem-solving skills. Additionally, the game's unusual premise and offbeat sense of humor encourage players to explore and experiment with the world around them, leading to surprising and often hilarious results. Overall, Katamari Damacy is a game that encourages players to think creatively, embrace their inner childlike wonder, and enjoy the journey as much as the destination. Rez is a video game that was developed for the PlayStation 2. It is a unique game that combines music, sound, and visuals to create an immersive experience. The gameplay involves flying through different levels while shooting down enemies and collecting power-ups. One of the unique features of Rez is the ability to increase the intensity of the music and visuals by performing well in the game. Rez is considered one of the 9 thought-provoking games on PS2 because it is not just a typical shooting game. The game's creator, Tetsuya Mizuguchi, was inspired by the idea of synesthesia, the idea that senses can be cross-wired, like hearing colors or seeing sounds. He wanted to create a game that would immerse players in a sensory experience that would combine music, sound, and visuals. Rez is a game that challenges players to think about the relationship between music and gameplay. The game's soundtrack is an essential part of the experience, and players must use the music to guide their movements through the game. The game's unique blend of music, sound, and visuals has made it a cult classic among gamers and has inspired a new generation of games that focus on creating immersive, sensory experiences.